This is a lesson over the nervous system. First, we're going to start with the learning targets. I know you guys have done this before, but it's great to know exactly what I'm asking of you. The first learning target is that I can identify the purpose of the nervous system. To identify something, you give it a name, or you point at it. The purpose of something is what it does for the rest of the body. When you think of nervous system, I hope you think of things like nerves, the brain, and the spinal cord. The second learning target is that you can list the parts of the nervous system. To make a list, you usually just jot down things. You record it, and it's usually about one word at a time. Parts are a piece of a whole. The final learning target is that you can explain the purpose and the function of the nervous system. In order to explain something, you need to include details and a description. The function is how something works. So how do all the different parts of the nervous system work together? Let's get into the purpose of the nervous system. There are two. One purpose of the nervous system is to control and coordinate your body's activities. So if you want to walk down the hall to go to a different class, then you are using the nervous system. The second purpose of the nervous system is that it can help you sense change and respond to it. And we'll get a little bit more into detail in the lesson. So these are the two purposes of the nervous system: control and coordination, and sensing and responding to a change. Let's get into some of the parts. And I split these parts up into two different slides. The first part that we're going to talk about is the brain. And so that should go in the first box of your note taker. But I'm going to get into some more details. So the brain has 3 parts, and each part has different functions. This should all be in the first box of your note taker under the brain part. The first part of the brain is called cerebrum. And the cerebrum is responsible for thoughts and voluntary action. So when we were learning about the muscular system, you learned about voluntary muscles, like the skeletal muscles. These muscles are controlled by the cerebrum. They send messages to your muscles so that you can walk down the hall. Another part of the brain is called the brain stem. And the brain stem is for vital and continual processes. And so this is more like the involuntary actions: breathing, digesting. The final part of the brain is called the cerebellum. And the cerebellum really helps you balance and coordinate. Here are some more parts of the nervous system. Oh, there's a picture first. So you could see the brain and the spinal cord. And these are called neurons or nerve cells. So the spinal cord are bundles of nerves, and a bundle is just a collection. So it's bundles of nerves that go from the brain stem down the center of your back, and they connect with other nerves. This is how the messages are sent, almost like a telephone line. Another part of the nervous system is a nerve cell, and we call these nerve cells neurons. They're very special cells. They have these long arms, and messages travel from one nerve cell to the other. You can see the picture below. The final part of the nervous system are your sense organs. So remember, a purpose is that the nervous system can sense change and respond to it. In order to sense change, you need these sense organs. So eyes, ears, nose, tongue, and skin are all organs that help you sense change. So we're going to get into how the nervous system interacts with the other body systems that you've learned about. The nervous system works together with the muscular system. And it works together in many different ways. This is one specific way. So if there's a hot object and you are putting your hand near it, when it gets too hot, your nervous system sends a message to your muscles to pull your hand away from that hot object. So this is your nervous system working together with your muscle and skeletal system. Another interaction is between the respiratory and circulatory systems. So as you know by now, the respiratory system brings in oxygen, and the circulatory system carries that oxygen to the different parts of the nervous system. Your brain is a part of the nervous system that needs a lot of oxygen. These two systems also help carry waste out of the body, such as carbon dioxide. Third interaction is between your digestive system and your nervous system. So as you know, your digestive system breaks down food into energy and materials that the cells of your body needs. Neurons or nerve cells use this energy and materials to send messages. So they need energy and materials in order to function. That is your lesson over the nervous system.